Hey guys, we're back. So as you can see, we're going to have a lot of videos of Lampwork glass beads because I needed to take a break from clay just for a few days before I get burnt out. So, do you guys like Goldstone? I know a lot of people make beads using Goldstone, and I wanted to show you something. I have green Goldstone, I have blue Goldstone, or bluestone, whatever, and I have green, blue, and actually the gold. So these are just a big rock of Goldstone, and I broke them all off in little chunks. So I'm going to show you how we put those in our beads. So I'm kind of looking for the thinnest pieces because this stuff likes to shatter when it hits the flame. So we're going to grab these. We're not going to make a big one. So we're going to set all those down. And let me show you how I make a stringer. And then of course we're going to have to find beads to put them in. So basically the thing that I do when I make this is I just get a thicker rod of glass. I'm not sure what glass I'm using. This might be Lashua clear, or it might be Italian Murano or Moretti Effetre. And we're just going to heat up the clear, and we're going to kind of make a Maria. And what a Maria is just a little base. So we're going to flatten it down here and push it down, and then we have kind of like a little base here. And we're going to heat that up while it's hot, and we're just going to grab some Goldstone. Now with this, you don't want the heat to be on the Goldstone very long because it will burn it out. Sometimes a tweezer works better. I like this chunk right here. So we're just gonna kind of warm it up. And yeah, when I'm really determined to get this to work, my hands will shake. Okay, so we have 3 pieces on. So we're just going to kind of heat it up. And condense it. You don't want a bunch of air bubbles in it, just like clay. You don't want air bubbles in your stuff. And yep, there's never a video where they don't bark, is there? Makita, hey, Makita, you're in here barking. Hello. She's got such a deep voice. I'm shocked none of this is shattered on me today. Normally they do. So I'm going to grab those little ones, but I'm going to leave the big one. I think this is all I need. And then I'm just going to heat this up and grab all these little ones that flew away from me. Alright, so I think that's good. Okay, so how do we protect the Goldstone from burning out? Would be coating it with clear. use a different clear. Okay, we're gonna heat this up really well. Turn the flame up a little bit. Now you could take that Goldstone and melt it right into a bead. I use mine as a stringer, which is just a really thin, long piece of glass, and I use it for adding decorations on a bead. This one's getting really small, so I had to stop talking before I burnt a finger. And yes, I have burnt many fingers over the years. Okay. So now we're just going to melt this down and we'll be able to tell whether we've covered it all. But now it's protected, so I don't have to worry about burning it out. Good. There's an area right there that may or may not have clear on it. So just to be safe, I'm just going to run that through this thin area right here. Okay? And the fun part is pulling it. So we're going to try and get this centered on this little glass rod here. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my grabby things. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of half of my stuff, which is sad because I sold these online, but it's been about 10 years since I've had my store open. So, I'm not real good with names anymore. Okay, so we're just going to grab the end right there, just to have something to hold on to. Get this really nice and hot. Okay, it's going to start to droop. I'm going to take it out of the flame, just give it a minute. Now if you want thin, then pull it when it's really orange, which is what I'm doing now. And look at that Goldstone just come out. And you really need long arms to do this. As far as you can, and that's about as far as I can. I think it's probably, I don't know, 5 feet, maybe not that much, but it's a long one. And we're just going to break it off. And if I want, I can try and pull the rest of this. It's harder trying to grip it when it's thin. The smaller it is, the thinner it's going to pull. Ooh, that's like hair thin. Alright, that should do it. Alrighty, so we're gonna throw this in water just to break off that tip. And show you what this looks like. Break it in half here, and I can't work with them this long anyways, so I usually cut them in 4s or whatever. But I'll show you what these look like. So hopefully you can see the shine in them. And there you go. That was from one rock, or a bunch of little teeny rocks. So how are we going to use them? Well, let's see. Try and make like a tiger bead. I don't need all these, so I'm going to put these in my little ice cube tray there. Keep them safe. So let's see what we can do with these. I mean, honestly, you can make them in anything, but we'll just do, we'll do one bead with ivory. So let me grab a bigger one of these. Try and make a donut. But I think instead I'm going to use a drum. And let me find the press that I'm looking for. Yeah, we use this one. So this is just a weird Baroque type kind of press, or roller is what they're called. I just want a nice base for this to go on. It's a little thin right there. I don't want it the size of the Baroque, because I'm going to be adding all kinds of elements to it. Okay, so let's add some silvered ivory, if I have some of that. Which I know I have some. Silvered ivory is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's just silver foil or silver leaf. Either one will work. And it's wrapped ivory glass, and then I wrap it in the silver foil. And then you pull it into a stringer like this. So this has got 99.9% silver in here. This isn't the ones that you use for clay. This is actual real silver leaf. I cannot pick up any of these. So we added some of the silver leaf, and we're going to add some of this to this side just to make it really sparkly. Make little drops of like a topaz. I'm just going to add little smears here and there of topaz. Give it a little splash of color. And then we're going to coat it in clear. That I don't have it too big, and I do have it big for that first one, so we're going to move it to the second one here. Boy, you can really see this Goldstone. I can't show it to you yet, but I promise as soon as it comes out of the kiln these look like. Okay, so that should take up the bulk. If it doesn't, I will put it into another press. Kind of look like Saturn beads, and as you can see what just happened, it's the only thing about these rollers. You gotta be really careful because you will break the release. But I'm done with this, so I didn't ruin the bead. So we're gonna go ahead and let that cool down. Put it in the kiln for now. And we're gonna make one more of those. I don't like to use the real long ones because I like the long ones for focal pieces. There we go. So let's see if I can remember how I made that one. Maybe we can actually get a set of them. I'm using a 332 mandrel, so the hole's a little bigger than your normal bead. It's just easier on my hands, but I might make a total of 4 of these. And make some a little smaller. Take some of that silvered ivory, and I think I just kind of swirled it. Almost too thin, I think. So we're just going to add some of that gold. Just little splotches of this. I don't care how it goes on. It's just to give it a little more color than the clear. But not dark enough so you can still see everything that's underneath it. Okay, and now we just coat this in clear. You always want to work your bead behind the flame so that you don't distort any of your patterns. I'm just going to thin this up just so I know that it fits in that center chamber here. It takes a little bit of manipulation to get them in there. And yay, the release did not break on this one. try and show you really quick. You can really see that goldstone in some of it. And it'll all show up a little better when it's cooling out of the kiln. I just want to warm this up real quick. That I didn't do on that flower bead that I made earlier, and hopefully it doesn't crack on me. So there we go. So we're going to make maybe a couple discs of these, and then we'll show them all to you when we are done. Hope you enjoyed. Right there in the kiln. And you guys take care. We'll come back with another video.